Hello and welcome to Inside Baker. I'm your host this week, Nate Swihart. First we'll be speaking with Karen Yanez, a teacher's assistant from Columbia, and Brandy Reese, a member of SAC. Then we'll have three great topics from the field, of course. Now we'll be going to Kelly Vaughn and Kristin Babcock in the field in regards to Sexual Assault Awareness Week.
Baker University students gathered in Rice Auditorium for Kristin's story. Kristin's story is a moving narrative from Andrea Cooper. Mrs. Cooper is Kristin's mother, who describes her daughter's acquaintance rape and subsequent suicide. The reason why this story is important is because Kristin Cooper was a student at Baker University in 1994. Students share their reaction about Kristin's story.
It was very inspirational, very powerful. I found myself tearful at a few points. Her daughter was an Alpha Chi and I'm an Alpha Chi, so it kind of touched home. She was talking about what room she lived in and playing the piano. I kind of pictured it. And I just think that as a peer educator and somebody who feels that women should never be treated in a horrible way like that, I think it really raised awareness on the campus, and I was really glad that she was able to come and share her story.
It was very heartfelt. It brings out a lot of emotion out. I heard her down in our national conference. We went down there for Dallas, and that's one of the reasons we brought her here. Some of our guys brought her here was for that reason.
It was very, very touching. I've heard it once before. She came to Tri-Delta State my freshman year, and so this is the second time I've heard it, and I think it touches me more each time I listen to it.
Second time I've heard Ms. Cooper speak. I think it's really heartwarming, and that it plays a big role on Baker's campus, considering Kristin was an Alpha Chi here in '95.
Students tell what they were able to take from Kristin's story.
I think the same thing, just as I said, and it's just, not to judge people, not to, blame girls for, if this happens. Be this most supportive person that you can be to somebody that happens, and raising awareness is just something that needs to be done.
Get awareness about rape and what to do, and also depression along with that. Helps keep people informed.
Personally, there's people in my life who might be suffering from depression, and now I know a lot more signs to look for and stuff, and other ways I can help them in case it goes the wrong way.
I'm able to understand why people do some of the things they do and how to go about maybe taking steps to help others when someone's in the need of help, but you just don't see it, or you kind of see it but you ignore it. And I realize that you don't need to ignore those steps. You kind of need to step in and take control and help them out.
One student shares why campus is wearing blue ribbons throughout the month of April.
The blue ribbon is for Sexual Assault Awareness Month, and I'm just supporting it and making sure everyone's aware that that's what this month's all about.
Mrs. Andrea Cooper explains why she shares her daughter's story.
Well, I was very fortunate because I hadn't really decided to share the story, but Tri-Delta that I volunteered for came forward, and I had been sharing it just in Colorado and Wyoming, and said, we want you to share it nationally, and we will give you a grant to travel and share her story. And so I was so excited at the opportunity, because I didn't know how prevalent date rape was until I found out that's what happened to Kristin. And then when I started talking about it, women were coming forward saying, well, I was raped, my friend was raped, and I realized it was a huge issue that nobody was talking about. So I thought it was really important to get the word out there. I mean, the college students, of course, knew it was happening, but didn't know what to do about it and didn't know how to handle it.
Mrs. Cooper also shares what she thinks students will take from Kristin's story.
I think the most important thing is to know not to be afraid to ask for help. There is help at every college campus. There are wonderful counselors out there, and they don't have to travel this journey alone. I want them to know they can go for counseling and to ask for help.
This event was sponsored by Baker University's Women's Program, Alpha Chi Omega, Delta Delta Delta, and Gaduji Safe Center. This is Kelly Vaughn reporting for KNBU TV.